High school hoops talk with the talking heads. I'm your boy Talley with.
It's your boy Mad Dog 2020, super supporter of Super Sports Media. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome in this new year coming, folks.
Capturing the moment while you live it. That's what we're doing. So hey man, what's going on? Merry Christmas to you, or belated Merry Christmas, however you want to say it. How was your Christmas, first of all?
Christmas was relaxed.
All right, good,
Was very relaxed. This year I didn't have my
good.
children, so I spent time with them beforehand, and so I just been in quiet space on data collection, man. Been real quiet.
Got it, got it. Yeah, I was quiet too, man. Mine was we don't really. I got adults now. So the grandson was the priority. So he went with his father. So we did the Christmas Eve deal, gift exchange. So that was a blast. Last night on Christmas, we just did game day. You know what I'm saying? And
There you
ate
go.
ate really good, man. The wife had a really, really good menu. Kudos to her, man. I want to give a shout out to the wife, man, Jessica Talley. The meal was, hey, bro, she did it. She did a damn thing. We had some rice. It was more of a Japanese feel because my son, that's where he was born at. My son was born in Japan, actually on American soil. Um, so we had rice, hibachi grill. That's what we had. Chicken. The meats were, or the proteins were chicken, steak, and shrimp. And that's why I said it, shrimp. And then we
Oh, yeah,
did
y'all had that the Hibachi trio right there.
yeah. With vegetables, we had zucchini. We didn't do the traditional carrots and cabbage and all that and all. We just did zucchini, rice with the proteins, and then we did some egg rolls and some brucons, I think they called brucon, whatever the heck they are. And man, it was a meal that, because I'm not going 15, man. I got tired. I get tired of eating. I don't want no more damn ham, turkey, macaroni and cheese. I don't want that, man. Hey, dog. Hey, man. That's only one time in my life I want to see that. And it'll be
Meal that got
allowed.
that MSG. That's the meal that got that MSG. Put you on your couch to sleep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we ate something a little bit more healthier, cleaner. You know, that was it, man. That's how we spent ours. So
There you go,
quiet.
man. There you go. With family, that's the key part.
Always,
With
always. Well,
family.
again, it's always good to see the kids. I'm not gonna fib to you, even though I see them every day, but to bring the holidays in. Next year we're actually traveling. That's the
There
goal.
you
That's
go.
the whole thing behind it all. So
There you
that's
go.
why I'm just real relaxed right now. I mean, I'm in a great place, great space. I'm just like, hey man, I'm ready to talk some good basketball right now.
Yeah, I'm chilling and taking a couple of seconds, running tournaments, running leagues, running a basketball club. It wears on you. And so I'm taking, a couple of days and then 2026 coming out like a wrecking ball, you
Okay,
know,
okay,
data collection, data driven, data construction, uh, quality, you know, data driven quality. You know, that's going to be the focus.
okay. Let's jump into this list, man. We got a new list. We threw it out, before games were played on Monday and Tuesday. We threw it out. I had a great day on Tuesday, man.
Well, it was because it was from the prior weeks of people, people get things wrong. And so first thing I want to do to all the followers, supporters, subscribers, viewers, and folks that, actually watch our show and follow what we're doing. First off, thank you, right? Thank you. I love being out at the gyms and, folks asking me a question here or there, about the list. But I want to put a disclaimer out there again, folks. I want to put this disclaimer. We don't do your standard overall ranking, right? We don't factor in something that happened 4 weeks ago. We don't reward, we don't negate. We go week by week. And so a team may have had a bad week. they may get removed from the top 15, based on what we feel, right? But then that following week, 3, 4 teams on the list might have a bad week, and that team might have bounced back, had a great week. And when we look at the overall scope of things, they may be able to move themselves back into it. So understand that we do a week by week situation, folks. There's no bias in this. There's no feelings in this. We go off the data that we find. We're not perfect. We're human, just trying to highlight teams and highlight kids. That's all we're here trying to do. Uh, Folks are entitled to their own views and their own opinions. Some folks may not like where they fall on the list. And you know what? That's okay because we're not perfect. We just go off data. Now I can pretty much guarantee that wherever we have a team on the list, there's a reason for it. And we're always open to discussion. Those discussions are actually healthy. So just know that we're just trying to highlight teams and highlight kids to the best of our ability, folks. That's it.
The list is fluid. You know what I mean? It's fluid. It changes. It's going to change week to week.
It's gonna change. This one here about to change.
It's going to add some nuances each week, and the reason why is because of district play, and district play is going to drive that train. But hey, man, let's jump into it. They know what the
Hey,
list is by now. This is year
spoke
two, man. They know the list already.
you
They go
you spoke
again.
district
The,
play.
the reason that's great that you're doing that, and I appreciate it. It's just because we got new followers and new listeners, and that's what it's all about. Those new guys just understand. We don't mind explaining, but hey, man, just
Well,
know
there was
that.
one guy that there's somebody that on one of the posts that asked about a team that we had on the list,
Hmm.
and I simply responded, "Have you watched the show?" Because on the show we clarify why folks are where they are, and so I wasn't trying to be mean, I wasn't trying to be rude, but don't come ask a question about a list
Hmm.
that we discuss on the show and you haven't watched the show. Now, I had a great conversation with a follower, full supporter, viewer, has watched every show, can tell us every kid we've ever interviewed. Full supporter. Super healthy sparring conversation about the list. They weren't too happy with the way that we do it, but they understood once I clarified that like it's one week to the next, not something that happened 3 weeks ago. Not something that happened in an out of town tournament against out of town teams. Max Prep does that. Remember, folks, we're the little guy. We're a couple of guys locally just trying to highlight kids locally. Max Preps is nationwide on the side.
But real quick, let me throw a disclaimer for Max Prep. You
I
on
was
mute, by the way.
grateful
You on
that
mute, big guy. Let me throw a disclaimer for Max Prep real quick. Max Prep is all computer generated. It's not. Again, it's all based off of strength of schedule. Um, and to be honest with you, that's the reason why I do the list. That's the reason I wanted to do the list, and it's where it came from. It came from 5 years ago when Noe Cantu was in Cole, and with him being in Cole, to me, Max Prep was misrepresenting what Cole was doing because Cole was down here beating 6As and 5As, like again, like they were a 5A or 6A school. So with that being said, they were not getting to me the proper rating in what they were doing because again, no one doesn't rate the schools down here. So let's best believe this is the most. If you look at any ranking, they do it all through the whole state. We're centralizing it, sticking it right here to San Antonio, San Antonio in the
yeah,
greater area. That's
yeah,
when I say greater area because Mike has took the initiative to go out and see a few more schools to add in there, the posts and the shoot some of the
Wimberley.
schools in the 4A area. the Lampasses and those guys, Lavernias, and with that, so with that being said, we're trying to make sure you understand that the list is for here. It's for us. It's for us. That's why I go to games. Yes, I have favorites as far as I like to go watch, but I go to games, again, covering Burbank and Brackenridge. Hey man, we got to see that style of play. And and honestly, it was a phenomenal game. 155 points scored. God, dog, they were getting at it. They were getting at it. Young man scored 33 points in that game. We're gonna talk about that. So again, we're gonna go to these games. We're gonna view and we're gonna watch. We're gonna make sure there's boots on ground to have the information that supports why we have on there. So let's go
There you
forward.
go.
Number one. Go ahead.
I
Who you got?
mean,
Who you got number one?
that's not changing this season.
Well, tell me what you got, man. Get out of here.
Brennan
Come.
Bears, man.
There you go. Taking
That's
care
not
of business,
changing.
babe. They just beat up on nope, not gonna say it that way. Nope, not gonna say it that way. They just defeated Brandeis.
They had a very good game
Yeah.
in
Again, they
which
just
they
defeated
outscored
Brandeis. I
Brandeis.
changed it. I
They
cleaned it
outscored
up.
Brandeis by a lot of points.
Yeah, I cleaned it up. I cleaned it. We're not going to do that. We're not going. I'm not going to do that because I
No,
want everybody to
no, we're
understand that.
not.
Hey, that's going to be a the challenge becomes every time you play these guys. If you're in District 27, if I'm correct, Mike, am I right? District 27.
Yes, sir. No, 28.
Okay, District 28. If you're a school team in District 28, if you're a team in District 28, make sure you bring your best game. Because if we do show up, we want to make sure we talk about those highlights. Because it's going to be really easy to talk about what Brennan's going to do well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They are impressive, man.
No, they
You
are
know,
again.
certified facts. They are, the teams that are our other top teams in the city. There are 30 and 40 piece in these teams, man, and they're doing it in a dominant. Like there are teams that we watch, we're like, man, right? And then they see Brendan, they're like, man,
It's funny that you say that. I talked to someone I talked to a coach today that's on the EYBL circuit. And
okay,
we were talking about a young man that about to that's committed to Baylor and is about to go there. And we were talking about the flow of play of how fluid he is. And it's like, well, when you watch him play, who'd he play? I said, man, he played steel. And I said, hey, he looked really, really good in front of his coach. His actual coach was there. And he was like, yeah, but there's levels and lanes, like we always say, right? Levels and lanes to this. Did he look good against those guys, or was he really just that dude? I was like, well, I watched him against a lot of schools here. I watched him against Judson. I watched him against Steele. I watched him early in the season. They did play a team out of Dallas, and I said, no, he is that kid. Baylor, they know who they're getting. He did put on a show in front of his coach. I want to say he dropped 20 something points. Um,
26 that night,
huh?
26 that night.
Yeah. And there are levels and lanes to this, but again, with him doing the way he did it and in the fashion he did it, it just shows how good of a player he is. And so, no, I just wish Brennan would have had a chance and TMI somehow would have met this year. That would have been a great matchup. That would have that would have been the matchup of the matchups for the city to see them two play each other. Because again, you got four guys, you got five guys going to college on one spectrum, and then you got another four guys all considered to be high level players going to college, and possibly five. I don't mean to be disrespectful to one of their guards, but just haven't heard a lot about the young man. He does a great job playing with them, but the four kids that we watched from TMI, we all know who those four guys are, and so with that being said, it would still have been a good matchup though, because it's only at the end of the day, it's only one basketball.
That'd have been one of them games that you got to put at a neutral field house
Right,
and let the city come out and get some
right,
good basketball.
right,
I don't know. You know, remember TMI had some off season transfers, so when that schedule was made, TMI probably wasn't expected to be what they are now. Getting
right,
those pieces around Mr.
right,
Williams. And
right.
so it's all good. So sometimes number one and number two don't match up. How many
Right,
times in college basketball, Kansas didn't see Kentucky, Kansas didn't see Duke, Kentucky didn't see Duke.
right, 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 right,
It
right,
happens a lot of times. That's where the well, not for them because they're tapped, but that's what that March Madness tournament's about.
right,
Your Northeast, South, and West region. But
right.
rolling on from Brennan, since we're talking about TMI, TMI is our number two. Uh, they won't play again until January 1st against Millennium, but they are tough. They
Yeah, they're
got
at a,
they got
they're at an
they got
actual
five guys. They got five guys
Nike.
burgers and fries, man. And
Right,
they are
they're at an
formidable.
actual Nike EYBL tournament. Well, not EYBL,
Right.
excuse me. I'm sorry, but a Nike tournament
Next
out in
shootout. Right,
Phoenix.
right, right. So
Showcase. Right.
you know you know what they're doing? They are doing the same thing that Brennan does.
Mm-hmm.
They get the hell away from this city in this area, knowing what they're going to face when that third week of February gets here.
Well, remember they started a
They
week
are
earlier.
preparing.
Remember, so they're going to Houston first. They
But
still
you,
got
but you get what
it.
I'm saying. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get it
yeah.
though. They're
No, no, I'm
getting
just trying
ready
to tell
for
the
that time.
audience,
Yeah,
like, hey, they started a week earlier. So if you hear about them, because remember, we don't really. I don't mean to take anything away from the taps, but remember, our trajectory is on the UIL, and like you
yeah,
said, going to that Alamo Dome. Because remember, I got corrected about that. I said road. I remember I called this the road to the Alamo Dome, and then I got corrected like, oh no, 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 cats don't go to Alamo Dome. My bad. My bad. Sorry. Sorry, guys. They go to, I think they go to Houston, I think, or they go somewhere.
yeah,
I don't know where
yeah.
they go.
But
But
they're rolling and playing some good basketball
yes,
too.
they are.
So shout out to number two TMI.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you take number three, Bo.
My number three is my guys, my Knights, my Steel Knights. That's right. I call them my Knights because again, I can tell you, man, I'm putting kids in school. I got three little jokers that graduated from there. So we are alumnus of that Steel Knight community. And I want to be proud about that. And we are number three. Um, we got it rolling to where as though our next game is on the 29th, if I'm correct, Mike. Is that what the record shows? The 29th?
For Steel,
Yeah, for still, if I'm
yes,
correct.
they're playing McKinney in the tournament
Yeah, they're also doing
now.
that,
Now,
beginning of the year tournament stuff
now,
to where there ain't
J-
nothing wrong
now,
with that.
now,
I ain't
January
mad at
2nd
you.
though. Hey, January 2nd. Let's roll into number four. I'm gonna take that number four. Underrated, undervalued, underappreciated, but Dragon Slayer, Clemens Buffaloes, but because remember when we had our preseason list, Clemens was not on the list. And I remember I called you. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I ain't seen no fall ball. I'm like, did
No,
Clemens
I
fall
saw him.
off?
I saw him. I was
Right, remember?
disrespectful. No, no, I was
Right.
disrespectful. I'm gonna be there. That's me. I was very disrespectful, and I'm sorry. I apologize again. I'm glad I ain't put no
Because I
steak
called you.
dinners on that.
I called you, and you like, nah, 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 man. I talked to Bill. He know what it is. He know what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, no rubber Bill. I know the area. I'm like, all right, we'll see. So shout out to Clemens, still holding it down
18 and
at
three.
number four. And I want to I
Eight,
want to clarify and dignify, for the individuals that feel they should be above Clemens when we do our data and our placements, if there's an opportunity to compare similar opponents, we compare similar opponents and the results. And if teams have played two or three or four similar opponents, and one team is 4-0, the other team is 3-1 against similar opponents, when we're in a tough dilemma on who do we put where, we look at that, folks. Again, it's nothing personal, it's data driven. Just want to make sure I put that out there. Which rolls
no,
us
it's all
into
good. Hey
which
man, let's
rolls
talk about my
into
Rockets, man. My Jets and Rockets, man. Shout out to the coach. Know he can too. Again, he's one of the reasons why I do what I do, man, with this media stuff. So I appreciate him and everything. I will always be give him a shout out. I know even though he don't be liking the list sometimes, but at the same time, they come in at number four, a strong. I'm sorry, excuse me, number five, a strong number
you,
five,
you want
and
him at four.
huh? Yeah, 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 I probably would have.
I
I
said
ain't
you
gonna
want him at
listen.
four.
Come on, man. Everybody know, he my guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But again,
Uh,
another strong start for them too, though. 15-3. And
they're
I
strong.
got to see two of their tough losses here in the city. So coming in at what they're coming in at, again, it is what it is. Uh, Unfortunately, they lost to the number two team, and they lost to the upcoming number eight team. So with all that being said, they still strong with 15 with a 15-3 record. And that other loss was out of city. It was up in Dallas, up in Dallas. So those guys are doing a great job. Um, Again, just watching them play and watching them get some of the accolades that they're getting, I think it's well deserved. I think it's well deserved for the Rockets. So
Hey, real quick though, right? Real quick, just for viewing purposes only. January 2nd, it goes down.
it goes down.
Three plays four.
District 29 starts district play.
Three
Unlike
plays four.
District 28 and 27, they started district play already.
It's gonna have many
And
schools.
it's reason because of all exactly they have nine schools where this district only has six, I believe, seven. So that's going to change next year.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Who's number?
Number six, those Warren Warriors.
Yeah.
Uh, a
Now,
lot of
real
people
quick,
don't
Mike. Let me
understand.
ask you a question though. Let me ask you a question, Mike. How come Warren's not lower than the Buffaloes? They beat the Buffaloes in the championship. Why is that so?
I don't remember what happened on that.
Because
Uh,
well, one, the
that was
record,
2 weeks ago.
and two,
Something
Warren wasn't
happened.
even ranked. Remember, Warren wasn't even ranked. That's why we did.
There you
That's why that
go.
happened.
There you go.
Warren
But
wasn't even in
didn't
the Warren wasn't
but
even the top school.
Clemens beat Harlan that same weekend,
Hmm.
so it was like
Yeah, they beat
Clemens,
Harlan.
they
They
lost
went on a
that one,
run.
but they offset. Oh, they beat Harlan and they beat Antonian. So
Hmm.
it was like an offset that
Well,
Warren made a hell of a run to go from not even on the list to like number eight
correct.
or
To get on the list,
whatever,
correct. And that's
get
why.
on the list. Right.
That's what
So that's
happened.
why. Some people were asking the same thing, like, why is Warren's 2-1 in district, right? Ask me who their one losses against.
Oh, against the number one team in the city.
No, their one loss in district is
Oh,
to
there's also
O'Connor.
O'Connor.
They
Yeah,
lost to
that's
O'Connor.
your guys. That's
Then
his guys.
but I
O'Connor.
found
Those
out, no, I did some homework. Devin Peterson did not play that game against O'Connor.
Oh, okay.
That's huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Devin is an automatic game changer, difference maker. So
Right.
see what happens in round two. We'll see
Well,
what happens in round two.
okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. And
So
number eight,
no,
those
seven, seven,
Apaches. Oh,
seven, seven.
seven. That's them Hawks. We talking about them Hawks. Them Hawks keep
London Jackson. He's
them
a
Hawks keep finding a
true,
way.
he's a true freshman.
Freshman. Yeah. The Hawks keep
True
finding a
freshman.
way to stay in the top 10, man. Coach keep finding a way to stay in the top 10. He just keeps
Well,
making sure they win it when they're supposed to win. Because
well,
remember, he had a good
I'll tell you
showing
this.
Went to Houston.
He did, but what I'm gonna tell you, he withstood all the little local tournaments, and now they're in district, and they just took out number three and number three of the number four seed in O'Connor. They got Warren up next. I think I can safely go on record to say it's gonna be hard to beat that team. Like right now, that team is solidified as number two, and they took a 30-point loss to number one. So,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
shifting. Only way they shift is if Clemens and Steele and all of them go having some goofy losses in district play, which, we know that those districts is wild west over there.
So their game's gonna be the 13th of January. You might want to clear your schedule. Warren versus Harlan.
Yeah, we got to be at that because
That's the
that's
game.
huge.
That's gonna
Because
be a huge
that,
game. That's gonna be a game. I
and
got to
now
figure out how we gonna do all that because a lot of districts plays happening.
Devin Peterson is healthy.
Yeah, he's
He,
back.
he's a difference maker. And so
He's
I'm gonna just
back.
leave that one right there.
He's
O'Connor
back.
caught him before he was back. He came back that Northeast Northside tournament and they went on to win it. Devin Peterson's key, man. Remember that I told y'all that.
Yeah. You called it. You called it.
Well,
Now we
I'm
talk about
excited for
the
Warren. Hold on. I'm excited for Warren. that was my sleeper team from the beginning.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah. You're
excited.
both you and
I'm excited.
Force. You
I'm
and Force
excited to get a
called
little
it.
bit.
I had. Hey, listen, I had O'Connor in there. Again, I stick with my guns. I stuck with my guns. I left O'Connor there like they belong, and they're proven to
We'll
be
get to
right
them.
where they're supposed
We'll
to
get to
be,
them in a minute.
man.
We'll get to them in a minute.
Well, they're proven to be what they're supposed to be. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that choice. But I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be another, like you said, when they do match back up again. That's gonna be a, oh my goodness, you know,
Well, when you talking about Warren O'Connor or Harlan O'Connor,
O'Connor and
both of them.
Warren. Mm-hmm.
I mean, those because let's just be real. This ain't no shade at none of them schools. All them three schools we just said, Harlan, Warren, O'Connor, they
Mm-hmm.
battling for two, three, and four because
Exactly.
nobody's beating Brandon. Let's just call it what it
Yeah.
is, dog. No,
Yeah.
nobody's beating Brandon.
Yeah.
So Harlan, you're number two, and they lost by 30. So
Right.
it is what it is. Ain't nothing personal. It just is what it is, man.
But again, one coach might have a good game plan. I got faith somebody can knock them off. I'm gonna say it. That's my hot take for
Here,
the. I
here.
don't know
Okay,
who.
here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say there are some great coaches over in that District 28, right? And they're
Mm-hmm.
all gonna have a great game plan. But them damn Brennan Bears is off the chain, dog. Like I'm gonna just ain't no shade at Coach Griffin, at Coach Palacios, at Coach Hall. Ain't no shade at none of it. At Coach Vargas over home. Ain't no shade at none. Stevens, who's sleeper, right? Ain't no shade at none of them.
All right. All right.
They are
I'm just
top.
saying, man. I mean, there might be a chance because at the same time, the coaches be looking at the show and being like, "E, that's what y'all doing?" No, coach, I ain't doing that, man. I ain't doing that,
Data.
dog. Y'all got a
Listen,
chance.
data driven. We seen what happened last time we got excited and thought somebody had a chance. See,
That's true.
remember what happened last time?
That's true.
Okay,
That's true. Got our feelings hurt.
ain't nothing personal. They just 30
Exactly.
pieces to number two, bro. Ain't nothing
Hey,
personal.
it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. Hey, let's talk about them Apaches though.
Antonio,
They're finding a way
they've
to
been on
stay in the
break a little
top 10
bit.
also.
Well, they handle business, and
They
and
do.
they've been on break a little bit. They don't play again until next week in
Yeah.
the Buddha tournament. But they off some juggernauts in San Antonio too. They did have a little slip in that the Northeast North Side tournament. But even then, their slip was to top 10 teams.
Yeah.
So
Harlan and Clemens.
Clemens, right? So when you're losing to number four, number six, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
you're playing the top dudes. I
Right. And,
respect it.
and and hey, and they beat number 5.
They beat number five.
So it's
They
not like
have.
they sitting there, they're again, they know what they're supposed to do. And then, remember they lost that tournament to shoot, who took the throne for that South. Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Who took
You
the
talking
South
about the South
San
End
tournament?
tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Really?
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're nice.
It was still Knights. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they lost to them Knights.
Well, you
And
finna be in
then
trouble with Coach Hub. See,
no, no,
listen.
no, I'm not gonna be in trouble, man. Cause again, hey, listen, I'm watching so many games, so it's all getting
But
fuzzy.
but that ain't what you supposed to forget. Them your boys.
Hey, they're my boys. They're my boys. They're my boys. Hey, man, listen. I guess you didn't see. You wasn't there when they played TMI. You
No, I
wasn't
wasn't.
there. You
I
wasn't there,
wasn't. I
dog.
told you I don't like being in games like that. I told you. As much as I
Hey,
love it, I don't like being there because it's just too much going on. I get PTSD. I can't handle it.
oh man, that was a rough one right there. That was a. Whew, whew. I wanted to just black out, to stop recording.
Yeah, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Uh
Talking about them, talking about
so
them mules.
now, okay, are we retroactive? We talking about prior week? We talking about current.
Yeah. We still talking about the one we just did. We're not
All
going
right,
forward
bet good.
yet. We're not going
Bet
forward
good.
yet. So we're talking about the
Bet good.
mules.
The Mules started off this year play strong. Uh, when we made this list and where they were rolling. Uh, New list coming to a theater near you soon, but the Mules are still rocking and rolling. They are in now because we got some other teams from that district. I'm gonna just go ahead and put this out there. That Wild Wild West, that SEC district conference that they're in. Uh,
Yeah,
you know why those teams go far in playoffs? Because they have a war zone every single district game.
they do.
Every all nine opponents, eight
They
opponents,
do.
they have a
So
war zone
so this
every
is crazy.
single night.
They open up district the right way. They win two back to back, and they lose to Bernie. Which, hey guys,
I thought I was talking about that.
oh okay, we're not gonna talk about those games. They just
That's what I
happened.
yeah. You
We
said.
still no. The list stays the same. This list
Oh,
stays the
okay,
same. Remember, the list don't change till Sunday.
okay. Well, we'll talk about that. Then we're gonna talk about the Dragon Slayers, them Greyhounds.
They are, but they're not there yet. We talk about them. They're not on the list, so let's not bring them up. Let's just mention that they lost. They beat the Heights. They beat the Mules, man. Unfortunately,
Hold on. No. We got to say it right. Them Greyhounds went into the Mule Dome
yeah, they
and beat
did.
the Mules. We
Hey,
got to because that's got
hey,
weight.
fun,
That's got
fun
weight.
fact for fun fact for those who don't know. If you ever watched the movie Johnny Be Good, that was filmed actually at Alamo Heights. I watched it 2 nights ago just to verify that information. Sure enough, that's Alamo Heights District. I was like, wow, okay. Kudos
Hey,
to whoever made that movie there. That was pretty cool. Fun fact for San
but
Antonio.
also
Shout out.
kudos. Noah Sanchez, 25 game winner on the road in the Mule Dome. Big game, man. We're gonna talk about you
Oh,
soon, but
yeah, we posted that. We
big
posted
game.
that young man about Noah. Noe.
I know, but I don't want to say it. I want to say his name. Give him some props. You know, Gary Sanchez, proud follower of Supersports Media,
Yeah, Noah's doing this thing.
was a proud papa that night.
Hey, listen, Noah's up and coming. He's the 27. Definitely on our 27 watch list. That's going to drop here in January. And again, it's not a list of rankings. It's not that. It's just a list of 27s. No, I got to say it that way because I don't want nobody coming at me talking some. I thought you don't do rankings. I don't do rankings. It ain't a ranking list. It's the 27 that's on our watch list. Again, I'm
Here's them
taking
we
two to
identify to see if they can make a showcase.
again, but they're being identified from their play, okay? They're not being identified from, ooh, because I like the little Eric over there. He's no. He's been a player of a game before, i.e. Noah Sanchez was the player of that game versus the Alamo Heights. Okay. So let's not start. I'm definitely throwing this disclaimer out there before y'all see that list and you don't see
They're
little
going to.
Eric on that list. Don't come at me. Hey man, tell me the game he had his best game that we went to, and I got data drip. I got data for it. Because again, I didn't go watch Bernie and the Mules. I did not go watch that game. But we had an insider that's there who got the information to us, got the clips like I asked for. Because again, these are the things I be asking y'all for, parents. I be saying, hey, if you got a kid that you think that we're missing, hey, send me the stuff. I'll post it. I'll post about any kid. I don't care what program he plays on. I definitely don't care what AAU program he plays on. It's about the kids. Simple as that. Noah dad made sure two clips came to us and he made sure, hey, coach, here's the score. And he does it for every game. It's not just the games that Noah's having a great chance. He shouts out all the kids. So I just want to make sure I throw that out there because it's coming in January. That watch list is coming from the 27s. Go ahead, Mike. What you got? Who's
Uh,
number?
East Central Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to get real for them. They had a
Yeah,
couple of
yep. 2 weeks.
lower tier San Antonio teams that they took care of business. So, they've been stagnant with the list. But, opportunities to shift up or shift down, uh, start happening for them on, is it the second or the third? Uh,
Same
this
time.
week.
Same time.
They got New Braunfels on the 30th,
The
and
second.
then they got Jefferson on the second.
Yeah,
They
they
got
opened
a
up
hell
with
of a week.
Judson.
They got a hell of a week next week because
And I,
New Braunfels on here too.
hey, I don't even know where to go. No, I don't. I don't know how to open the district up. Do I follow the Knights? You know what I'm saying? I don't know where to go. So I don't know. I'm just
I think you got to be at Still and Clemens. That's 3 and 4. I think you got to be at Still and Clemens. That's
that's
three v
that's
four.
hey, that's the battle double 3009 too. So yeah,
35. Yeah,
yeah,
I think you got to be at three, and it's three
yeah,
v four.
yeah. That's the one that's more likely to be at. You're right. You're right.
That'd be like if Brennan was playing TMI and Veterans was playing East Central. Veterans East Central gonna be a hell of a game, but there's no way in hell
No, I'm not missing that. Yeah.
we
You're
missing
right. You're
Brennan
right.
TMI.
Good call. Good catch. Good catch. Um, for East Central, real quick, shout out to Marshawn Bard. Again, man, blessings.
That kid is a star.
I got a little something for you. Definitely. and just keep doing your thing, man. Stay strong. We praying for you, and just keep doing your thing. All
Next
right.
up, them
Oh, that's your
unicorns.
guy. Let you go ahead. That's your guys.
The unicorns.
After Essentials, not the unicorns.
My bad. I'm on the next list. I went to the next
It's
list.
okay.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Don't worry. I'm not.
Excuse me,
I corrected
folks.
you. See, I corrected you real
Uh,
smooth.
O'Connor Panthers.
Let's see. You got the mascot right. Yeah, you're
Coming
right.
in number 11.
Yeah.
Uh, they dropped a tough one to Harlan, and I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Ethan Belayu is the key to O'Connor's success. Ethan Belayu has to show up
Can I
for O'Connor to be
can I throw
successful.
another one out there that shows success?
Oh, go
He's a
ahead.
sniper. Well, he's a sniper. Hey man, again, there's numbers on the floor. Production of knocking shots down. It's showing 5 points in less than 8 minutes, I believe, time wise. That's a little DeLeon. He can do his thing. Just letting y'all know.
He had great energy. Him
He
and then of
did.
course Daniel Iguachu, and then RJ
No,
came
no, no.
off and they
Daniel's a 27 that's on our list, and Daniel's already proven. But again, we never talked. We talked about Daniel before, but we never talked about DeLeon. Where
you know what's great?
listen, this kid came in the game. It was so funny because the crowd, not just the crowd, but the kids on the bench love him shooting the ball. They all just get up. It's a clip I put out there, and he shot the ball, and everybody's like, "Yeah, three." So
You know
that's
what's great
that
about
energy you're
RJ?
talking about.
You know what's great about RJ? I'm gonna talk about a player that plays for the Spurs named Keldon Johnson.
Yep.
Keldon Johnson, for the last few years when the Spurs weren't as good, was just, doing his thing, getting his numbers, right? And then the Spurs re-upped and they brought in talent. Keldon Johnson now is coming off the bench. And every time Keldon Johnson comes off the bench, he comes off the bench like he's the best player in the NBA, full of energy, full of life, right? RJ DeLeon, I'm an O'Connor parent. I have a freshman that plays for O'Connor, so I see more of their games than most. There have been games that this man hasn't even touched the court. To watch him in a game against Harlan come in ready to play. It wasn't just a shooting. He came in, dove on the floor, got a loose ball, offensive rebound, kick out, put back. He came in and wasn't just focused on shooting. We know he can shoot. He did the little things, those other things. To have the mindset to still come in and be a ball player. I always notice, I tell kids all the time, coaches aren't looking at the stat sheet. They're looking at when your number gets called, how you get up off that bench to the desk, how you get in the game, how you come off the court from the game, what kind of teammate you are when you're sitting on that bench. You might have sat the whole first 3.5 quarters. It's 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the game. This is your first time coming in. What kind of teammate were you during them first 28 minutes on the bench? What kind of response when the coach calls your number? That kid there, that's exemplary of what we talk about that coaches look for. So kudos to RJ for having the mindset and the fortitude to always be ready, to stay ready. That's huge. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And I remember that because as a sophomore in high school, I was that kid. Carroll High School, waiting for my number to be called. That's why I got my nickname Mad Dog. Thank you, Lydia
Listen,
Davis and Adrian Richardson. Love y'all.
um, the thing about Rye I like is he's already quiet, right? And after that game, I talked to him about it just a little bit. Just kind of told him, "Hey man, great job, love the energy, but you got to do that all the time now. You can't like, hey, if coach plays you for 3 minutes, that's fine. But I'm telling you this now, you better take at least 10 shots. I'm telling you now. Hey, hey,
Don't
listen,
tell him that,
hey,
man.
hey, my man, because at the same time,
Tell him get 4 rebounds. Don't tell him take 10
hey
shots,
man,
man.
hey, look, he's a sniper.
Yes,
Hey,
he is.
listen, he's a
Certified.
sniper. Everyone knows he's a
Certified.
sniper.
Certified.
He missed the shot, but he did a little step back, step back. and shot the ball, it was clean. It didn't go in, but it was a clean shot. Like he had that ability. The kid ain't a he. Listen, he's 6 foot, man. He ain't 5'9" like
Hey,
Coach. He ain't 5'9" like your boy E. Talley. That shot ain't gonna get
hey,
off that quick. You
hold
gotta have a
on.
quick release on those.
What you say about his move? It was what?
But a step back.
And then what was it? It was what? You
I
said it
don't know
was
what I
clean.
said, man.
Hey, you remember next Friday? Them
Yeah.
20. Oh man, it's his. They clean though.
Yeah, the clean. Hey, it was clean. It was a clean look. It was a clean look though, because he said it was. Listen, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's the part of his game. It was good to see because it was unexpected. The kid that was guarding him wasn't expecting him to do that because he's known to
Yeah.
shoot the ball. Just he's a catch and shoot
He's not
guy.
he's not on anybody's scouting report right now.
Exactly. Well, no, he's doing a scouting report just to be a shooter. He's a catch and shoot. So
Right.
to see him dribble, come back, and get a clean shot off. Oh man, hey man, that's letting me know that he can do that more often. He just got to have that.
Yeah.
He got to have that people behind him. And I'm like I told him, hey man, your whole team. I sent him the clip. Look at the clip. Again, I'm not trying to encourage anything of bad behavior. I'm trying to encourage kids to have the confidence to go out there and be a great high school basketball player. Like I was talking to somebody, they kind of broke it down. Be careful on talking about the college level, because you're right. I'm not there. I got an eye for it, but I'm not there. I'm not a college guy. I'm not putting kids in any kind of school, so I get it. But you know what I can help them with? I can help them try to be the best high school basketball player. That's
There you
all.
go.
That's all, man. That's all
Hey,
I'm trying to encourage.
speaking of that, let's move on. Let's move on to number 12.
Number
Hey
12 is
man.
our vets, man.
Hey, hey, let me
Vets.
tell you what. I'm gonna tell
Sneaky
you
vets.
what.
I'm gonna call vets sneaky vets.
Nah,
Coach might
they
not
not
like that because he might think I'm coming
they
off
not
wrong, but I'm saying they
they
sneaky because that man.
they not sneaky. I'm gonna tell you what
They,
Vets is.
what are they? Tell
Vets
me.
is that school. Vets is that school that I'm gonna start with their leader, Coach Pettis. When you talk about getting ready and prepared, that's Coach Stephen Pettis, right? Their leader. And what it is with vets will have a hell of a run, and then they'll have a oopsie that were like, uh, and then have another oopsie. But I'm gonna tell you what, SA veterans in that Wild Wild West SEC district that we talk about, you know, the Dragon Slayers and Bernie Greyhounds knocked them off at the beginning of the district, and they've gone on to win three straight district games. They started out 3-1. And I'm gonna tell you what, mess around with that Wild Wild West, they're taking care of business. Uh, Coach Pettis is going to have them prepared. He is going to take the life and soul out of the ball, and he's going to make you play him. He is not. He is not changing his game plan for anybody.
This is what we gonna do
And
for the Wild Wild West, real quick. Not to cut you
what you
off.
got?
We gonna make sure everybody know if the playoffs was to start today, vets is number two. I'm gonna let you finish.
Well, if you're gonna say that's number two, who's number one?
Bernie,
Dragon slaying greyhounds
Greyhounds.
and Bernie. Now, and here's the part. Now, well, why ain't Bernie on the list? Because they do goofy stuff like going and losing to Samuel Champion. You beat vets at home, you beat the mules at home, and then you lose to Samuel Champion. You know, we love them little underdogs. But if they continue on, we get them taken care of. But back to vets, Coach Pettis is going to have his team prepared and they're going to be disciplined, led by their senior point guard, DJ Jordan, right? Charge leader, floor general, uh, and then just their entire presence. They are they're those young kids that 2 years ago, remember when Vets made their run, and we said in 2 years that team is going to be scary because from one year to the next, that junior to senior year, now those are your seniors. They've been here. They know this, right? And so when coach is talking, it's able to translate because they've been here. Uh, this is going to be scary. Bernie got them round one. I definitely want to see the rematch because they want to get
Yeah,
their lick back. Uh,
yeah.
but Vets is a team. Uh, watch out. If they can stay steady on that roller coaster now, instead of the up and down piece and just keep climbing up that 90 feet, uh, watch out.
And real quick to solidify what you was asking why Bernie's not on the list, um, their overall record was 10-8. So Bernie was a team that was roller coastering
Against
every
against
time.
against against
Every
San
time they
Antonio.
got up. No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to explain to people like why. Like, hey man, that's a 10-8 record where Vets 14-4, New Braunfels 18-4, Piper 15-3. Come on, man. These were
Judson
these
15
were
and 3, Clemens 18 and 3.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Bernie 10-8. Come on, that's
and
just
and, and have
above
lost
500.
to San
So
Antonio notables.
right, right,
Had Bernie gone into O'Connor and beat O'Connor that Saturday,
right,
I'd have made sure they'd have
right,
been in there.
right, right.
They'd have
Well,
been
I
in
just
there
want
like
to
swimwear.
I like to give people, like, and then if you're wondering where we get this information from, we get it from Max Prep. But again, I just like to try to give you understanding, like what we be looking at. Why do we come up with the list that we had, and why was it so? Well, Bernie wasn't even not mentioned. You're right. I'm not going to fib to you. They weren't. Again, they were barely 500. So think about it. It's one of those things that they're taking care of business, though. They will. They're going to be where they should be at. But right now, we're talking about the current list, and then we just mentioned the Greyhounds, right?
Yep.
Next on the list is
New
no, it was Vets.
Braunfels.
Excuse me, it was Vets. Is the Unicorns?
Yep.
Is the Unicorns again? We just talked
And
about that district. They're
and and,
three and
and guess
one.
guess who and guess who their one loss is to? Mets.
And it just happened, by the way. It just happened last week, by the way. Yes, that loss just happened.
Look, it's so crazy. Bernie's one loss is to Samuel Champion. Vest one loss is to Bernie. New Braunfels one loss is to Vest. The Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West,
And,
and that's
and
why that district looks the way it is. And
yeah,
again, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna skip ahead and go ahead and go to the number 14 team is Piper. Since we and guess what? All four of those teams right now would make the playoffs. If the
hey,
playoffs start today,
Piper's 3-1. Who they lose to?
exactly.
Vets.
That's exactly all them right now in the 3-1, in the order of Bernie, Veterans Memorial, New Braunfels, and Piper. So there you go. So if we were to start the playoffs today in that district alone, Alamo Heights, Samuel Champions are both out. Tivy and Wagner and Smithson Valley are all out right now. So let's see how that looks
Hey,
in less than a month.
listen, so check this out, right? So at the beginning of the season, we talked about this Wild Wild West, and we knew what it was going to be, right?
Yes, we
Well,
did.
now we're here. Now, last week we had a conversation, and we talked about seven of those nine will potentially be fighting. I think we can safely say it's going to be five of the nine. I don't think, even though Samuel Champion beat Bernie, I don't know. That's New
Nah,
Braunfels,
man.
Piper Heights. I don't know.
Listen,
But any given Tuesday or Friday, bro. Any given Tuesday or Friday with them, because they get revved up.
hey. So look, Samuel Champion is still in it. Alamo Heights is still in it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Only
Alamighty
team
is
at
2-1
huh?
teams. Wagner and Smith and Valley is out of there.
Let's see how Wagner go with game four. Because they can split. They can split with everybody and still be good. But
Mr.
right
Clark is
now,
still hurt. Mr. Clark is still
right now
hurt.
it's not looking good. Huh?
Not looking good. Mr.
It's
Clark
not
is
looking
still hurt.
good.
Not looking
Yeah.
good for the T-Birds. That's
Yeah, the light is getting darker and darker. So now this is where that intestinal fortitude that we talk about, right? That you have to play at moments like this, and still saw something like this a few years ago when one of their guys went down, and they were on trajectory to make the playoffs. They just took some bad losses with that 2024 group, and they missed the playoffs. And and East Central got in the playoffs that year, and that's the year they didn't make the playoffs. And so Wagner still got a chance. They still got a chance. They still got a chance.
hey, we'll go
So
on number 15, Central Catholic.
15, Central Catholic.
Buttons. Hey,
Central
you on that
Catholic.
game? You going to that game tomorrow? Because
I'm I'm
they
I'm
got they
possibly
got
going to
a
that
good
game
a
against
good
Holy
rivalry
Cross.
game with Holy Cross. That's a good rival game right there.
That's the rival game. Even though one's a 6A and one's a I think a 4A. One's a
Still a
4A, one's a
rival.
six. Yeah, it's still a rival. Yeah, yeah, it's still yeah, it's still Tap's rival as far as schools in the city. They trying to got the same kids they want to try to recruit and everything like that. So they're both older schools in the city that's been around. That's the gentlemen's schools, if you want to call it that. So that rounds out our top 15. And we have
Yeah.
we have five honorable mentions. Go ahead, Mike. Give me your first one, because that's your guys. Well, they my guys, but they're your guys because you like those guys. Yeah,
Oh, you
you
talking about
ones.
them cold? You
Yeah, you talk
talking
about
about
them
them cold
Cougars.
Cougars?
Yeah, ain't talking about
Yeah,
them Marion. Ain't talking about them Marion Bulldogs.
yeah. Look at you trying to earn points, Coach Isaac.
Hey, listen.
You don't like
Hey,
when I
no,
talk
no,
about
no, hold
Mary.
on, hold on,
You know,
hold on, hold
you
on.
don't like when I talk about Mary. Coach Isaac, my guy, dude, that Brackenridge, man. We used to get. I used to come work his kids out, man. I got nothing but love for him, Cole Cougars, and what he does because he's always been a phenomenal dude, and a phenomenal coach. It just so happened that I coached the Marion boys since they was seventh grade. So they growed up now. So my babies all growed up, man. But no, Cole Cougars, you can't talk about San Antonio basketball and not talk about Cole Cougars. You know, you just can't. And somehow, some way, he finds a way. Uh, but we're gonna
He's
talk
finding
about
a
Cole a
way.
little bit more. We're gonna talk about Cole a little bit more because got some special Cole Cougars and some other 3A cats. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit though.
Shout out to the coach real quick on them Cougars. That was real nice of Mr. Shaquille O'Neal to donate some shoes to those kids and sponsor them with their shoes and get them some
Yeah, it was.
shacks. That was dope. That was pretty. Again, that's the school he went to. He graduated from and went on to LSU. So that's a big thing. That's the one time that the school went undefeated and then won state also. So shout out to those guys on that. Right now, coach got those boys 16-4, and right now they're looking real strong to go into the playoffs. And as far as I know, they haven't even started district, but they're making the playoffs. So we're not even going to worry about them not making the playoffs. They're going to run through district. They only got one tough team this year, and I believe one tough team. I could be wrong, and that's Marion. Coach Allen.
You don't think Monte Vista? You don't think Monte Vista gonna bring nothing to the table?
No, man, stop that. No, stop that. You stop that right now. Uh, and I know the coach is from Monte Vista, but stop it. Stop it. They they know. I talked to them already. They know what's coming from the Cougars. And right now the Cougars got a three-headed monster that's really, really good, led by the senior Nolan Richardson, who right now that young man, hey man, he keeps doing what he needs to do. I would just suggest or let him know he needs, make sure he's with a trainer and somebody to get some work in and keep honing on those skills, even though he's in season. And as soon as season's over, he needs to be with somebody because he has a real good chance to go somewhere. Because again, just his athleticism alone allows him to do some things that I'm sure some roster can pick him up and have him play on. But I don't see them. I see them and Marion having a great battle. Uh, they are 16-4. Marion is 13-3. Cole has not lost to a district team. I want to say the last 6 years. I believe it's 6 years. So, um, but this year, if they're going to lose to anybody, this year would be the best year for Marion. They have a huge squad that that's going to be a great matchup. Number two on the honorable mention list, uh, Cornerstone. Cornerstone. Haven't seen those guys play yet. Trying to do our best to get out there and watch those guys, and just get them some love. And they don't play in the taps or UIL, so just trying to see when they play and who they play is the reason, and trying to make sure we get out there and check those guys out. Um, their next game on tap right now, they're 15-3. In their next game that they're playing London in a tournament, Corpus Christi, London, in a tournament on Monday, upcoming here. And then they got a tournament, and then they play Incarnate Ward out of Corpus, Great Hearts, Northern Oaks, St. Andrews. So if we're gonna try to get them to watch them play, we'll possibly try to watch them when man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Maybe we'll try to catch them when they play St. Andrews at home on the 12th of at home. But yeah, we're gonna try to get out there and check you out there, Cornerstone. We ain't forget about you.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I wanna, I wanna, I wanna do a Fraggle.
Go
I
ahead,
wanna
go
do a
for
Fraggle.
it. Go for it.
So we spend a lot of our time and we talk about our 6 A's and our 5 A's, right?
Of
And
course.
so I went and I did some data. I went and did some research, and I we have 3 zones of 3A basketball in our greater area, right?
Yes.
In our
Yes.
greater area. You know what I'm
Can you tell us who
saying?
they are?
Schools,
What zones they are,
yeah,
real quick?
yeah. District 26, that's got Goliad, Nixon, Smiley, Karn City, Lula, Stockdale, and both. Then District 27, which we're very familiar with, Great Hearts, Monte Vista, Marion, Randolph, Cole, Great Hearts, Northern Oaks, and YMLA. And then District 28, which has Crystal City, Jordanton, Loudon, Natalia, Catula, Dilly, Hondo, Poteet. Uh, I would like to give these 3A regions, I would like to just give them a little top five love, their own top five,
Go
right?
for it. We'll call it
And
Mike Top Small Schools. Mike's Small Schools top five. Go for it.
and in no particular order, just 5 schools that we're going to be talking about when it comes to playoffs. We're going to be talking about Cole. I think we're going to be talking about Goliad. I think we're going to be talking about Marion. I think we're going to be talking about Great Hearts Monte Vista. I think we're going to be talking about Randolph with Nixon Smiley somewhere in that mix. But I want to give them, their separate 3A love because what happens a lot of times is these 3A schools, they come over and they're playing against your 5As a lot of times, and sometimes we forget that hey, they're 3A. And so let's give these 3A guys that are taking care of business for their zone. Let's give them some love too. And I want to do that for the 4A guys too. Over in 4A, you know, there's 6 schools I think we're gonna be talking about come playoff time. Wimberley, Davenport, Lavernia, Divine, Pearsall, and Floresville. Uh,
You
over in
left out
4A,
Somerset.
Somerset is not looking. They've been. I've seen a couple of games. I, they're on that cusp. We can throw Somerset
Okay.
in on that
That's
honorable
fair.
mention
No,
list.
no, that's fair. No, no.
We can.
Again, no, no, that's
We
fair.
can. You just remember they was a powerhouse last year. They're
Well,
not that
not that they
powerhouse
not
this year.
not it's not that they're a powerhouse. It's just they compete well. They're just like Cole. For years, they've always competed well and it's just found ways to win. So that's all. I just think they're
I
one of the
dig that.
schools that will find a way by the end of the season. They'll find a way.
I dig that. And so, we did it for 3A, we did it for 4A. We have 5As integrated with the 6A. And so 10 schools in 5A that I just want to throw some names out there, right? No particular ranking order, just want to throw some names out there, right? We just talked about SA Vets, right? We talked about that District Dragon Slayer in Bernie, right? Then of course New Braunfels, of course Piper, of course Alamo Heights. But then on the other side of town, don't forget about Highlands. Don't forget about Southwest Legacy. Don't forget about Sam Houston Cherokees, start off 3-0 in district. Don't forget about John Jay, who's going to compete. And don't forget about Lanier. And so when we talk about 5A,
Don't forget
those
about the
10 names,
Dragons. Don't forget about Dragons. You didn't say Southwest Dragons. You said Legacy.
my name ain't Cisco.
Like I said, don't leave out my Dragons. Don't leave out my Dragons now. Don't leave out Southwest Dragons now. They still here. They still in the building,
They,
baby.
well, they're so I didn't mention the Dragons because Southwest Legacy has started out District 3-0, and John Jay started out District 2-0. Southwest is 1-1 right now. We're
Hmm.
early, so right here, right now, in this moment, that's the reason I didn't mention Southwest, and I went with Legacy and John Jay because they've opened up 3-0 and 2-0 in district. But you can
Okay.
throw your business out there. I get it.
All right.
No,
That's
no,
right.
none of the Dragons. It's
Same.
just
Hey,
I'm
hey,
looking at numbers.
hey. Same thing. Don't forget about my boys, them Jefferson Mustangs.
No, I said, well, Jefferson
Oh,
started out 2-0, just like Sam Houston,
I
and
know. I'm again. I
Jefferson,
know.
you
Again,
know,
I'm just making
Coach
sure we
Vela,
mention.
Coach Vela. I don't know what the devil was going on,
Well, I
because
know
they're
what's
five
going
and four.
on.
They 5-14, and two of
I
the
know.
five is
Hey,
in
listen.
district win.
Hey, listen. We all know what's going on. We know what's going on. It's just he's being pushed to the brink. That's all. That's what he's supposed. He's one of
Yeah.
those. He's a godfather of coaching. He's good.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Him, Coach Vela, OG,
Hmm.
Coach
Hmm.
Rodney Clark, another OG. They're both going through the same thing right now.
Yes. Yes. And it's and they go and you know what? And this is why I respect them so much and want to give flowers to those guys because everybody expects them to always have the best.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you got the better kids, so you're supposed to be winning. Man, you still got to be a good chef in that kitchen. You got to make
Hey,
that meal got to be every time, and sometimes those ingredients don't always all go together. Sometimes, so
hey, let's talk about our 6A top 10.
go
Just straight
ahead,
6A,
go
right?
ahead.
Of course, Brennan, TMI, Steele, Clemens, Judson, Harlan, Warren, Antonian, East Central, O'Connor, and I got two sleeping. I got two sleeping honorable mentions for you. Ready for them?
Who you got?
Well, who you think I'm about to say? Who you got? You know, off the top.
I got Reagan.
That's one of them.
I got Reagan in that list, and here's why I'm gonna tell you I got Reagan.
Okay.
Before you look at paper and their record, if you look at just the team alone, they
Yeah.
passed the eye test.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
passed the eye test. And I went and watched them play when they played Vandergrift. We didn't like the results because they lost, but at the same time, I liked what I saw before the ball was tipped up. And I said, man, Reagan has three good guards, and they have two guards coming off the bench that, again, their guard play is not a problem. Their bigs is not a problem. It's just, they just gotta, want it a little bit more than the other team. The other team,
I'm gonna
Vandergrift
tell you
wanted a
something.
little bit more.
Say something about
Um,
Reagan. Reagan has not been on our list this whole season.
nope.
They played a
That's
lot. They
why
played
I
a
went to go
lot of
watch them
out of town.
play.
They played a lot of out of town teams, and their in town record was not favorable. I hope, right, for the sake of being able to talk about one of our top tier schools, I hope that in district they make a good little run where we can get them in there, and I can have a little Reagan Rattler background, because we want to show
Well,
love if we can. Hopefully,
well,
hopefully they give us the opportunity to show them some love.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Osmel Bowen. I watched him play, and I remember
Uh,
him playing when he played with his brother over at TMI.
yeah.
Great point guard. Quite sure how to help you with that. Oh hey, can you not do that right now? That's rude, Lexus. Alexa, God dog it. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. I don't know what I said to make Alexa want to talk. Alexa, chill out. Chill out. I'd like to know what went wrong. Well, you just talking. Just say I have feedback. Alexa,
Too much
cancel.
technology.
It
Too much
was, it
technology.
was, it was because we were talking about Osmel Bowen and
Oh man.
how his play was. So to watch him play that game and to make some big shots and show that he's again, he didn't score a lot of points, but he's just on a lot of plays where you can see that he's a real point guard.
Yeah,
He
he's a ball player.
distributes
I'm a
the
fan.
yes, he's a
I'm a
basketball player,
fan.
man.
I'm
But
a fan.
again, now one thing I'll give him, and I know he gets it from his daddy, is that defense. Hey
He ain't got
man,
no choice but to play D, man.
hey man,
His
that
dad's
young man.
one of the all time greats in defense in the league, man.
Yes, he was. He was. Again, that's what That's what he did for San Antonio. So to see that and see his play, to see him play really well. I know Reagan's gonna be okay. I know they are. they got two bigs back there. They got my man Andrew. What is Andy's last name? Andrew. I can't say his last name, so I'm not gonna mess your name up, Andy. They got Andrew, and then they have another guy. I'll say this young guy, so I don't know how to say his first name, so we're switching it. Mr. Crump. Those two anchored, and they had some guys coming off the bench. Also, that's kind of big. So they got size, they got everything they need. It's just again they played a lot of out of town teams. Maybe that's what got them. That's what hicked them up. They didn't play well, but they got a team that I believe can go far in district. And right now with that
Hey,
district, it's a coin toss right now in that district.
like I said, I hope that they give us the opportunity to celebrate them. Unfortunately, when the season started, having losses to Piper, New Braunfels, and O'Connor, that allowed us to not put them on the list. So hopefully in this
Hmm.
district, and then they lost to Clemens recently, nail biter by one. Hopefully they can, get it turned around. We can reward them. But that's one. There's another honorable mention. Do you know who it is?
All right, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm trying to think.
You nailed Reagan. There's another one. You'll
I
get in
know,
trouble if
I
you
know.
don't
I'm
remember
trying
this
to I'm
one.
trying to think who it is. Hold on.
Let's see if he on points today. I wish I could play some Jeopardy music right now while he
You
thinks.
said 6A, right?
They say, yes, sir. There's a sleeper on the honorable mention side.
Hmm. I don't. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Give me a second. Madison.
No, sir. You really gonna be
Okay.
in trouble now.
6A.
6A, bro.
You
This
you
time we're
said.
gonna give up.
All right, give up. Go.
Brandeis. Don't forget about Brandeis and Broncos.
Okay, I can see that because they went on the tear for a second.
Remember that's that District 27. And
Yes, yes,
Brandeis,
yes.
Reagan, Madison, Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
uh, those are the four projected to come out of that district. Which way they're gonna
Correct.
fall, we don't
Correct.
know. But those are the
Correct.
four projected. And so right now, I've got Brandeis and Reagan as my honorable mentions above Johnson and Madison right now. Uh, just off just off eye test.
Well,
Just off
add.
eye test. And now it's district time.
All
We're gonna
right.
see.
Add another team. Add
Talk
another
to me.
team to that. Add another team to that because between if for some reason any of those four teams want to cut up, Clark's going to steal somebody's job. Clark going to come in there and steal somebody's job,
You
and they're
think
going to do the
so?
same thing Madison did last year.
You think so?
I know. Listen, just
Noted.
looking at the team,
Noted.
just looking at the team,
Uh-huh.
they look like a basketball. They look like a high school basketball team that can make the playoffs. Just
Well,
looking
off
at
the
them.
eye test, Clark has had some really, really, really scarily disappointing performances.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, they 9 and
Reagan,
12. You're right.
Reagan, Reagan, Reagan has some losses, right? But like they lost to Clemens a couple weeks ago, no, a week ago. But it was a 1 point loss. You know, O'Connor, 4 point loss. You know, they're not having games of putting up 21 points for a
That
whole
was
game.
against the Samuel
That
Champions. Yeah,
that's
that was against Samuel
that
Champions. That was a very
that's
disappointing
and that's
loss.
where
Yes.
Clark. That's where the couple of games that I've looked for Clark because they got the talent. They definitely have the talent, but they haven't shown. See, at least when I look at a Reagan, we haven't put them on a list because they've had some notable wins, but against out of town teams, right? We
Mm-hmm.
can't we can't put them on because we're not going to penalize them for losing. But Reagan has shown that they are capable. I don't know that Clark has shown that yet. Now, we know what that district's capable of because just like you said, Coach Martinez and the Madison
Mm-hmm.
Mavericks did it last year.
They
So
did
and
do
you
it
know and
last
you know
year.
and you know them district games is just like when the Cowboys and the Eagles play. It's personal. You
It's
know,
personal.
you might it's personal no matter what's going on in your season. That game is personal. So we'll see. We'll see.
And then the last team that's an honorable mention,
Who you got?
That's just honorable mention from the top 10 that we do have, where you put everybody together. It's the Greyhounds.
Hey, Dragon Slayer. We call it a drag. No, you did. District Slayer. That's a District Slayer
Yes,
because we love our Greyhounds, but
we do.
they'll mess around and drop a game in Smithson Valley or something. We hope that they don't, right?
Right,
Because it gives us something to talk about. But
right.
right now, the Bernie Greyhounds are definitely the District Slayer right now,
Yes,
sitting
they
on
are.
top. They are sitting at number one right now over there.
They're sitting up. Yeah, they are. They really are. And the reason why I want to make sure, those two schools, going back to the regular list and then the honorable mention list as far as Reagan and Bernie, because we got a chance we're getting the snapshots that we need to really formulate the real list, because now district play starts for everybody next month. So think
Yeah.
about it. There's no running. Once
Shit,
you once you
next week, bro. Next week.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to be dramatic though, trying to add that little next month. But look, the funny part about all of it is even more is the fact that once once you're just we solidify the top 15, that's what we're gonna have for the rest of the season, really. So that's the part of it all to where though now that list you just read is gonna make sense. See, people were wondering, why did y'all just give a top 15 and then you gave a top 10 and another top 10 and another top 5 and 5? Because it's
I'm
all
gonna
going to
answer
make
the can I
sense.
answer that question?
No, no, no. So, well, go ahead, go for it.
Because we want to spend our time acknowledging and highlighting children and schools. So we have an overall, but then we want to individually break down each class, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A. That way it gives us an opportunity to highlight schools and children. That is why, folks.
Because
If you
we want,
have if you have an issue with it, you're more than welcome to buy some equipment and start your own. We're never
no,
going to
no,
be
we don't,
upset
no, no,
about
no, no,
that.
no. It's again just to make sure we identify those kids to say, hey guys, we're seeing you, but unfortunately, these are the guys that's really because their record matches their play. That's all. That's all.
Hey, so hold on. Since we talk about the district slaying Bernie Greyhounds, I want to
Yes,
make sure that we highlight their two studs that are taking care of business over there, and that's Noah Sanchez and Julian Hartman. So
Noah
to make sure
Sanchez.
that we identify who is Julian Hartman, certified bucket.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I want to make sure we throw out the names of why those Greyhounds are the district slayer over there right now.
And just to kind of go back, got a chance to watch one game this past weekend was the Burbank versus Brackenridge. And I want to give shout out to the young man who dropped 30, even though it was a loss, but he played very well. One of those players got a technical foul in the game, and that shifted Burbank from winning that game. I don't talk about it really. You can't because you referee the game, and I don't want nobody thinking anything goofy, anything like that. But I will just
Hey,
say,
so I'm okay with talking about it. You want to know why? Because
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
tell you.
no. I just don't want to. I just want to keep it very, very fluid. Just again, it's okay. I don't want to nobody, like, oh, just want to just make sure I identify this one kid that played really well, and
I got you. And the kid that got the
and
tech was having a hell of a game too.
yeah. So the young man who scored 33 points was Caleb Munoz. He was the highest scorer overall, and I
He was getting
believe,
buckets. He was getting buckets that game too.
yes, he was. Yes, he
Golly.
was.
Every time he got the ball, he was getting that middle. Golly.
He
Whew,
got to every spot he wanted to,
whew,
didn't he? And I'm not talking about
whew,
just shooting the ball. I'm talking about layups,
whew, whew.
jump shots.
I'm
Um,
sitting there.
Eli Garcia, if I'm correct, got the technical foul, and but he was having a good game.
He had just hit a big three.
Yes,
He
yes. He
just hit a
scored.
big
If I'm
three.
correct, he scored 24. Let me go to the stat sheet real quick. But I wanted, and Brack, I'm going to give y'all flowers too. Don't think we not. Come on, give me a second though. I want to identify. these young people. Yeah, he had 24 points. So collectively, they scored 57 points on the opportunity. They put up 78. They were not
Good
far
back,
off from that game.
good backcourt. It's good backcourt.
It was a good backcourt. It was. It was. It was. It was a. It was a. It was. It was. It was one of those games that you really had to really make a mistake to lose, to where as though and you know the funny part, defense was, because I was going to say it was not a defensive game, but defense was being played. It's just, hey man, those guards wasn't being stopped getting to the rack and jump shots, and then they scored 55 points. These two young men, we're talking about who was, man, I don't have the first names. God dog it.
Who for
Number
Breckenridge?
three, number
So for
three and number
For
10.
Breckenridge, it was Michael Canizales, number three, and then number
Mhm.
10, Jude Mendez. And
Yes,
Jude got going late because
he did.
uh Mr. Burbank was going to work, and
He
Jude
did.
was but when Jude woke up, and and actually his running buddy Michael Canizales, who got them going, he came off the bench and was just energy, everything to the rim, just all out energy, and that got Jude going. And then they got going, and man, did they get
Yeah,
going.
it came down to Michael scoring the last free throw, or last bucket, excuse me, the last bucket, where Jude was supposed to score more points than him, but he I think he missed a free throw or something. Something happened to where, though, it was a free throw that happened that caused him to score more or something. But man, that was again
It
55
was a
points.
it was a fun game to officiate because they were just going up and down. Wasn't a lot of resistance happening, and it was just guards going at it. You know, who's
Oh,
getting
oh,
to the rack, who's knocking
hey,
down shots. It was a fun game to officiate, for real.
our un our unsung hero is number 35 off of Brack.
Dude, listen.
That young
So
that
check
young
it.
man, that young
You are
man was.
talking you are talking about Seth Mendez. Okay. Now, let me tell you about that
How you
situation.
know is these kids'
So
name? Yes, 7 minutes.
so
That's
so
that's
so Seth Mendez is not the starter for Breckenridge. Jorge Hernandez is the starter for Breckenridge. Whatever was
okay.
going on, Jorge was not ready to play.
Hey,
Seth
Seth
came
was
in.
17.
Seth
Seth,
came
shout out
in.
to you, young man.
He, he came in, was hitting that glass, and was cleaning up everything inside. And coach forgot about
Everything
coach forgot about Jorge.
inside.
Coach forgot about Jorge. And Seth, when you talk about capitalizing on opportunity, I haven't seen Breckenridge, so I don't know if that's a routine, but from an outsider looking in, I see this big old kid, number 34, that's Jorge, and 3 plays go by, he wasn't getting rebounds. They called in Seth. Young man came in, soft touch, great hands, listened and was disciplined, did what he's supposed to do. So kudos.
Well,
I love when I get to see little rivalry games like that. That's a rivalry game. Burbank Breaker. That's old school
yes.
rivalry game right there.
Okay.
I love those environments.
Hey, all I know is Seth got the ball. He was directly under the basket. He pushed back. He pushed back. Boom, boom, and played that ball up. And they didn't bump. Listen, they didn't bump him for the rest of the night. Every rebound was his rebound.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
unfortunately, that's what helps you win. 'Cause again, you got three guys that score double digits and more, that allows you to dominate the game, and that's what they did. They did
That,
do that.
that game was fun. They weren't taking
It
hair off the
was.
ball.
It
They didn't care
was.
about the clock. They didn't care about time management. It was like, we got to go. And they was
It
gone.
was. Again, you're right. It was, and that's what it was about. It was about, hey, the first one we sling the ball down, and it was weird because we just watched a game of O'Connor in
In
Harlan,
Harlan.
40 points scored the most. You flip it to this game where you put up 80 something points, and the other team put up 78 points. So it's like that's 155, 50 something points.
the the shortest starter on O'Connor is taller than the biggest person on
Mm.
Bracken Burbank.
Correct.
And you got the athletes at Harlan and O'Connor, and their game was 46-41. and then we go to the southwest side, and you get this track meet of up and down.
Track
Crazy how that
meets.
went. Crazy how that went. Right from
And
going and
see,
watching that one, I got to watch
yeah.
that first half. Then to go officiate that joint. That was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Well,
But I
look,
love it.
the part that got me was the girls. Shout out to Burbank. I'm gonna be in the building. Gee, y'all got me there because one of my player I used to watch play, she's going to be playing against Sam Houston. So I'm going to that Burbank Sam Houston game next week. Next week, so
Man,
I'm gonna
tell
be
the truth.
there. I'm be in the
Tell the truth.
building. Um,
Tell the
but
truth.
to, huh?
Tell the truth. You go on the girls because India shivers on your head.
No, no, man. No, seriously. The young lady that played, the young lady that played for Burbank,
Got
I
it.
used to, she used to play, she used to play against boys, man. And just to watch her turn into the basketball player that she is now, I mean, I was impressed to see that she put up, what was it, 20 something points? And she telling me she was like, I had a bad game. I was like, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, I did. And she said she's determined to make sure she's that hooper. Um,
Hey, great,
what's her
great, great
name? I'm trying to find her
basketball.
name. Go ahead.
Looking forward to our show Sunday with the new list.
Yes, we're gonna start
There,
some
there, there,
changes.
there will be some furniture moving on Sunday.
Botella. Nyla Botella. That's the young lady that I watched play when she was a little kid. She was little, and and to see her hoop, and she was like, "No, nah, I'm gonna be there. We got a tough game." Blah blah. I was like, "Oh," I said, "Well, you know what? When I show up, I'm gonna see what y'all look like. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna see if this is all hype because the way they beat up on Brackenridge was wrong. That was wrong. That was
You
mean.
know,
That
you
was really
know,
mean. I'll call it what it
nah,
is. That was mean.
no, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah,
Hey,
uh,
oh, they didn't. The score to this day still ain't been reported. So letting you know that was a whomping. The three had three players in double digits. So I'm just letting y'all know that was a whomping they had. So I'm going to check them out against a good competitor. Was going to be not saying Brackenridge wasn't good, but again, unfortunately, the score says it wasn't against Sam Houston. But that's all I have,
hey,
man.
Sunday it is, man. We got Holy Cross Central Cal, see what happens tomorrow.
Yes,
And
yes,
then Sunday we drop the new list
yes.
and why. And I mean it's Captain Obvious on why it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Hey, give me
And
your give me
then
your
and
final
then
thoughts.
and
Let's
then
let's
next
get out
week,
of here.
final thoughts. You can't get back time. Time is valuable, time is precious. Spend time with your loved ones while you can. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's ready for a new year. Find three things that you want to define you going into this new year, and then work to live up to the definition. For me, family, mindset, discipline. I'm going to focus on those three things with every aspect of my world as I roll into 2026 because all I want to do is be better. I'm not perfect. My ish stinks. I ain't better than nobody. I just want to be better and be the best human being that I can possibly be. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to have hiccups. We all are. We're human beings. I just want to be better. I hope everybody takes these next few days as we finish off 2025 and enjoy your time, folks. Enjoy your time. That's all I got.
Thanks, man. Very simple, very easy. Um, I'm talking 27s and below, not talking 26s. Parents, talking to parents of 27 and below. Um, a simple request. If your son or daughter is playing a high school sport, trust your coach. With trusting your coach, create conversations that are healthy and dialogue that you need as a parent. Not saying question your coach for playing time, not saying question your coach of how the rosters got constructed, but create a way that there's dialogue of understanding of what is required of your basketball player. Um, i.e., make sure those dinner time. I used to hate to say these things, but now I'm seeing why it's important. Make sure those dinner time conversations are not bashing the coach or the program. They're healthy because think about it. You're putting whatever seed you're trying to plant into your child that's going to school for an 8 hour day, that you want to make sure it's a healthy seed, that he or she can flourish to be the best player that they're trying to strive from. So just remember that. Um, again, I will always say this because a coach's job is never done. He has the hardest job as a mentor, as a leader, and a person trying to provide direction, purpose, and motivation. So please be on his side, be on his or her side, excuse me. And again, create and find a way to have healthy dialogue. And just because we don't agree does not mean it's an argument. We can still disagree, but have a mission to help that child get to the next level of play. So please just remember that. And again, it's not to bash you to say you're doing it wrong or anything like that. But again, I just see a lot of great coaches out here and that are really giving a lot of their own personal time. You got to remember that a lot of these coaches do this 9 months out of the year. 9 months. Basketball season is only four. So just think about that. November, December, January, February. And a lot of coaches give a lot of their personal time to our kids. And so I just ask you to be a little bit more understanding and give a little bit more grace to the coaches, even though when you don't agree. And just because you don't agree does not mean it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It just means you don't agree. So at the dinner table, give that coach a little bit more. Hey, listen to your coach. He has a job for a reason. And that's it. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's and all that great stuff. Now, again, thank you again for supporting us, liking us, sharing us, and hitting that bell. That's all I got. Go ahead, Mike. Sign us off.
Hey, like he said, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show. We appreciate your support. We love to spar and feedback. Have a happy new year. Actually, we'll say that on Sunday because it'll be Sunday before the new year. So we'll see you on Sunday and have a good couple of days, folks. Thank you.
Peace out.